I should turn on my microphone. 5 minutes after 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this, what is today? Friday, Robin. Hey, it's Friday.
I love Fridays.
That makes it even that much more better, right?
Yeah.
In the studio is Elaine Lee. She's joining us right now. She's the co-chairman, or would it be co-chairwoman? I don't know. Co-chairman? That's how you say it? Of the Silver Springs Moose Lodge number 1199 Smoke-Free Enchanting Evening Dinner Dance Fundraising Event. She's going to explain what that is, what it's about, and what we can participate in over there. It is going to be held on March 2nd, according to my notes, at the Silver Springs Moose Lodge, and the cost is $10. Wow, you don't find many things for $10 anymore, and we'll find out more from Elaine as we move forward through this interview. And right now, she said she was nervous. We'll put her at ease because, like always, it's just us talking like we're in our living rooms.
Yeah.
Elaine Lee, nice to meet you. Thank you for coming in.
Good morning, Larry and Robin.
Good morning.
Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you. Are you a moose? It's a funny question,
yes.
Isn't it?
Yes, actually, I joined years ago down in Palm Beach Gardens, and I started for several reasons. I needed some fellowship, and also at that time they were giving line dance lessons, and I had a very shy, kind of reserved little girl that needed to have more attention than she was getting at home, and I took her to the line dance lessons, and she did so well that we actually were asked to perform at a Winn-Dixie grand opening.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Good for you. And is the little girl your daughter?
No, we kind of adopted her. As a matter of fact, she did so well. She graduated up here in Gainesville, which is really something because we're from West Palm area.
Yeah.
And my daughter never had the boys. Girls, she's had the two boys. And it's amazing because she's wound up having all these, quote, adopted daughters. She's now married with a little boy. And we both were up there recently to visit her in Gainesville.
So I don't mean to dig too personal, but when you said you needed some, I can't remember how you phrased it now, but you joined the Moose Club?
Social friendship.
Social friendship. So are you shy? Are you,
No, my ex-husband kind of was real busy.
Oh, okay. And is that why he's an ex-husband?
That's very much why he was an ex-husband. He was busy traveling with the secretaries, and I love to travel, and something was wrong with that picture.
Oh, wow. Well, and how are things? And was that long ago enough that it's not so painful now to talk about?
Well, actually, it's a very interesting story since I've got time, and before I go into the Moose event. Wound up after the divorce, I love to dance, and I've been told I'm a natural. If I watch the dance long enough, I usually pick it up in any case. And I did teach ballroom when I was in my latter teens, high school-wise.
Really?
But I was going to this country western place, and I was only going like twice a week, and Colby was going every night.
And who's Colby?
Colby is my better half, and they would say, gee, you should have been here last night because it was loaded with girls. So he decided he wasn't going to miss anything, and he went every night.
I gotcha.
So one evening, the band was kind of so he said, you want to go for coffee? And I said, well, I'll meet you there. And so we had coffee. And
you were reluctant, weren't you?
Oh, yes.
You got a taste of men, you said no more, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was married like just short of 25 years.
Oh,
so.
wow.
And so anyway, we went for coffee, and in the course of conversation, he said he'd rather dance than eat. Well,
wow, nice.
Loving to dance, that was, okay. So there was a dance coming up, and I really wanted to go, but I didn't want to go alone. And I said, gee, would you like to go to this dance? He said, yeah, that'd be great. And I said, fine, I'll pick you up and I'll bring a helmet. There was a big pause.
Yeah, we want to hear more.
A helmet? Well, it turns out it was a motorcycle dance. First of all, my father was a motorcycle dealer, so I've been raised on
Oh
motorcycles.
my goodness.
He lucked out, though, because it rained. And
Oh.
I found out later that he really was uncomfortable on the back of a motorcycle. Didn't like motorcycles to begin with. And he has a reason. His nephew was in a very severe accident. And then it was a little embarrassing. We'd stop at a stoplight, and the guy next to us in a big truck would say, "Teaching her how to drive, huh?"
Yeah, I can understand that.
So,
Yeah, because usually it's usually. I said this to Robin once. Does the man ever sit in the back? And here is a case where he did, huh?
very seldom, and because it was getting acquainted, he was willing to risk. 'Cause he said, tickled me. He says, "You have no idea how fast those white lines were going down." I said, "Well, just hang on, honey."
Oh no! Oh no!
So after a few little times, like, "What are you doing in the back?" I said, "Well, his motorcycle's in the shop, and I won't let him ride mine. You know how those guys are. They won't let you drive their car. Well, guess what? He's not driving my bike."
You kept him.
You have a
his
very
dignity.
sweet demeanor, Elena. I'm getting to like you very quickly. So the event that you're here to promote is a dance event, right?
Yes, it's hard to find smoke-free places, and the Moose has this absolutely wonderful big back room where they serve dinner during other times, and then those that have dinner move into what they call or refer to as the social quarters.
Okay.
However, would be really nice if they would move the non-smoking of the social quarters closer to the pool tables, because it's by the front door and it's away from the bar. The non-smoking section is right next to the pool, to the bar, and everybody smokes at the bar.
Oh,
It
my
is
goodness, yeah.
it's a private club, members only,
Right.
and so the smoke from the bar just hits all of us that are not smoking.
Did you ever smoke? Did you quit, or did you?
I smoked very lightly when and even that's a story. Everybody was taking a break because I was a hostess and a cashier, and also then worked the counters when people went for breaks, and they'd get a 10, 15-minute break, and I'm out there working my tail off. I thought, well, I'm
That's-
gonna.
That's right.
Excuse me, time for my cigarette too. But no, I never really. I never got into that. I'm from
Yeah.
Milwaukee, and I don't like beer. I used to take the beer and put it behind my ear, and no, I've got half a beer
There
here.
you go.
Robin.
Good for you,
Another
yes.
person from Milwaukee. Robin's
Yay!
from Milwaukee.
I love that.
Did you know that already about Robin? Did you?
No, I wasn't sure about that.
She's
no.
from Cudahy.
Oh, well,
That's
I'm a
right.
little town Indian named Waukesha. Which
Oh,
is-
yes.
I was born there and moved to Milwaukee, where my dad had the largest Midwestern motorcycle shop.
Oh, wonderful.
Started with Indian,
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Great.
then became Harley's competition with everything but.
So you got you got a lot in common. Robin is also a motorcycle chick.
Really?
Or
I like
at least she
motorcycles.
was.
Well,
Yeah.
with not using it very much and then moving up here and getting involved with 21 acres, 4 horses, and chickens, about 3 years ago, I decided I would put it up for sale, and it really kind of broke my heart because I was real close to having it, as far as I'm concerned, a classic. It was a 1983 Yamaha Virago
Oh, wow.
with the first shaft drive. There were
Really?
chain drives before that.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
But and it was red, candy apple red,
Of
very
course.
low mileage.
Yeah.
So
Now, speaking, you mentioned something about a chicken farm. Now, I understand there was a guest that was supposed to be with you. Instead, you brought a poster. The guest is feeding the chickens, right?
well, actually,
Colby.
there's only about. Well, there were 21, but I got rid of 4 roosters, and since then the girls are doing just fine. I'm now getting much about an average of 8 eggs, where before it was 2, 3, and 4.
Colby, you referred to as your other half, your better half. What did you refer to
Yeah,
him
he's
as?
my roommate, my friend, my better half, my partner. We've been together 20 years.
But he was scheduled to be here, right?
Yes, he was, but it's hard to be here early in the morning when he first feeds the horses and being.
horses. Oh, I thought you were feeding chickens.
Well, it's the 4 horses are, well, one's supposed to be mine, but I gave it to him.
Oh no.
Horses and chickens.
Partly because I do love to travel, and since he's not able to really travel these days, it's not a fixed income; it's broken.
Yeah.
So we donate our
Clever,
time. But anyway, we wound up getting a horse that was pregnant because our friend fell on hard times. But I have to tell you, as much as I love to travel, I would never, ever take this away from him. That baby was born, and an hour or two after it's bonded with its mother, he went out there and bonded with that horse.
Oh.
I'm telling you, it's priceless. It really is. That horse thinks he's dad. And if he
Nice.
hears his voice, he's looking for a treat.
Really?
He
Oh,
just
wow.
he whistles, and they're just absolutely gorgeous coming up. We don't ride as much as we used to, partly because we would ride more, but he spoils the horse and lets the horse run with us, and that colt likes to pick on my horse, so the rear end's going up and the front end's going up. And I said, I'll be 72 in May, and I don't feel like having a
Wow.
broken hip.
Wow, wow, good for you. Wow, you don't look 72. Now, what is the poster? Do you want to explain the poster? You brought it, you put it in the passenger seat there.
Basically, it's saying that we have a smoke-free evening with a platter of entertainment. We are having Renee's Fashions come, and we're using her clothing for a mini fashion show, which has a very interesting twist-surprise.
Oh, really?
Oh, nice.
We're not telling what to expect, but it's very unusual.
Uh-huh.
And then Colby and I will do a Fred Astaire Ginger Rogers for those
Ah.
of our age bracket.
You'll have the long flowing dress, and he'll be the
It's
tuxedo.
yards and yards of chiffon.
So you are the Fred and Ginger
Oh,
in my
look
little
at
notes
that
here. Huh?
dress.
Yeah, we
Beautiful
been
dress.
nicknamed Fred and Ginger, so we'll do the waltz with that. And I shouldn't probably say this, but as I tell them, let's stay back in time and reminisce. The dress is barrel sleeved and beaded from the waist up, so it's very heavy.
Oh,
And
yeah.
by the time I tell everyone, let's reminisce and stay back in time, we'll do a swing to Glenn Miller. He has unzipped the dress, and I just put my arms down, and the dress drops, and the swing outfit's underneath.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, wow.
How beautiful
Wow.
is that?
And they really get a kick out of it. We did that for, I think it was out at Pound K, another fundraiser thing, and did the waltz, and when I dropped the dress, some guy hollered, "That's better."
I bet, because you're showing more leg there with your swing.
Yeah.
Oh, and speaking of legs, that's kind of funny because when we first started going to the Moose, which is 6 or 7 years ago, there was a group from Rolling Green that also went there, and they didn't really know us yet, but I got the nickname of Legs.
Well, good for you.
I bet
And
you
why did you
deserve
come in
that,
here
too.
with long pants and boots?
There you go. You're
It's cold
disappointing
this
me.
morning.
Did you not know there was? You know, us men, we're hardwired for this stuff.
I brought pictures.
There
I
you
brought
go.
pictures.
Yes, you did. So the music, is it a live band that plays, or is it?
No, we are lucky enough to have Johnny D, who's a professional, and he does the DJ work,
Uh-huh.
which is wonderful because then it's nonstop. And he can take a request and usually have what they're looking for. So it'll be a definitely mixture of music.
Wow. Now, I'm guessing that you and Colby are really good dancers. Does that ever intimidate other people in the room? It's like, well, I don't know if I should dance. Those two are so good.
I hope not,
You hope not.
because we're semi-pro. Like I said, I used to teach ballroom, and I pick it up very easily. And the interesting thing about Colby, he never started dancing till he was 40. And he
Wow,
just
but he fell in love with it,
he
huh?
just turned 78. Yep, and
Wow.
he also likes women.
Nice.
So he realized that also he did. He really fell in love with dancing, but also now that's the other half of that interesting story. Once we became an item and we're traveling, about 3 years went by, and we're coming up to a toll booth, and he said, "Here," he said, "take my wallet," and he said, "Get the money ready." So I'm going looking for the money, and there's this list. It's a couple inches long. And I said, what's this? He says, well, he said, I had a hard time remembering names. He's not as good as I am, I guess. And so he said, blonde, Barbara, Carla, pool player, Susie, big boobs. So there was 2 sides to this list.
Yeah.
And I flipped it over, and it said, Elaine, my favorite.
Oh, my
Oh.
So that was really, and he said he took his hand and went across his forehead. Whew.
Yeah, he's lucky he wrote
goodness. This
that
is a
name
very
down.
sly man here. I think he knew you were going to find that.
I don't think so.
I
'cause
think he planted that in there.
No,
No? Okay.
no, it was too,
That's too
because there
funny.
were too many names on there, and I knew which ones he was kind of referring to.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's funny.
One of them that turned out to really be a good friend, and she always says he dumped me for you, which really wasn't exactly true. But
Is
she
that him
was-
calling in? Somebody's calling in right now. Is that Colby? Is Colby listening right now?
Yes,
Okay, let's take a phone call. Are you okay with taking phone calls?
sure.
We remember that. Oh, I guess they're gone. Let's not forget, though, the reason that Elaine is here. She's promoting an event over on March 2nd at the Moose Lodge, and it sounds like a dinner dance. Well, it is a dinner dance, and a smoke-free dinner dance, which is very important to a lot of people. It has become important to me. It never once was. I guess once upon a time, I used to smoke cigars. I don't anymore. But even when I did, I didn't like being someplace eating and smoking. It was kind of one of those things that was better to do outdoors, I think. All right, now we have a phone call. Good morning. You're on the air with Elaine Lee.
Hi, Larry, Robin, and Miss Elaine. It's me again. Wonderful technology, Larry. Listening to Miss Elaine speak about herself and Colby reminds me, it's a little anecdotal story. We used to live in the historic district in Ocala, in the center of it, and my lady didn't get off work until like 9 o'clock at night, so there were times when it was 1 o'clock in the morning when we'd be walking the dogs. Make a long story short, along the path we took, there was this big fancy house, landscape lot, everything. It was about 2 o'clock in the morning one morning. We were walking the dog. We were walking past it. Just happened to look in the window. It was all lit up. And what caught my eye was there was a sparkle ball in the center of the ceiling. And there was an elderly couple, just the 2 of them, 2:30 in the morning, dancing underneath the sparkly light and the sparkle ball, all by themselves.
Wow,
I thought that was so cool.
that is cool.
That's love right there, buddy.
Very cool. You're not kidding. Well, I love that visual. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah.
Yep. Have a good day, y'all.
Thank you. Boy, that makes you want to cry a little bit, doesn't it?
It does.
Not to-
It does.
Not
Makes
to
you want
show
to
my
cry.
wimpy sign, but yeah. Yeah, I don't want you to think I'm too much of a wimp, but that kind of made me feel something.
Very romantic.
That was really very special, yeah. Thank you for sharing that. It was
Yeah.
very nice.
So if somebody shows up at this dinner dance and they've heard you talk and they say, gosh, I want to do this, but I don't know really anything. Can you give are you going to give any quick lessons that night?
Well, we can kind of show them how to do the electric slide. And we worked with another group that was raising money, and she had asked me to design a dance to go with Stray Cats. So I,
Oh, wow.
Which song? You mean which song by the Stray
Brian
Cats?
Setzer?
it's called the Stray Cat, and I named the dance Stray Cat Strut.
Okay.
So the song is Stray Cat.
Okay.
But
So it's not Glenn Miller then. It's Stray Cats and
well, the Stray Cat was a line dance designed for that song, and I
Oh.
call the dance Stray Cat Strut.
I gotcha.
It's not
Okay.
the group. Okay.
But the Glenn Miller thing is just that we do different skits of entertainment. There'll be another one that Alinda's going to share with me, and that's the Rosemary Clooney song, Sisters.
oh, I love that song.
Very old. It's not all old music. In fact, from there we skip and do My Special Angel, and I have a very interesting costume for that with 4-foot wings.
Wow.
Do you watch the show Dancing with the Stars?
Oh, I wouldn't miss it.
You don't. Okay,
I
you don't miss
would
that one.
not miss it.
What
I don't
about-
watch much television, but that's one show that I look forward to.
My mom and dad used to love watching that show. Do you? What do you think of Sonny and Cher's daughter become son? What do you think of his dancing skills? Her, whatever How do you
Chaz.
I guess she's a he, right?
Well,
Yeah.
His,
Chastity went to Chaz,
right?
and
As a dancer, though.
unfortunately, I think part of it is also the fact that he has the extra weight. Dancers do better, and they do well if
Thin.
they don't carry a lot of extra weight.
Oh, yeah, makes sense.
Even those football stars, they're big, but they control their body muscle-wise.
Right.
What happens, unfortunately, when you gain a little weight, you sometimes get a little more lazy. Not only that, I'm very strict or selfish. I love my clothes. I'm a clothes hound and a shoe fetish, I will admit. I mean, I'm probably as bad as Imelda Marcus. But I do have a 12 by 30 handyman shed to store our costumes.
Wow.
I bet they're outstanding, though.
And I get a lot of them from Renee's.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
You've given us enough
She's good.
information to understand that this is going to be some event. I mean, you were really putting on quite a show. And I'm glad you came on the radio to help support it and promote it so that people will discover something that they may not have discovered. And where is it going to be held again?
It's actually off of County Road 464, I believe.
464. Is that the one that runs beside...
It's Mary Camp.
that's the one that runs beside Wet and Wild, right? Wild Waters,
Yes.
whatever it's called? Okay.
And that's
Well,
baseline, and then it
County
intersects
Road
into
35
464.
goes along Silver River Park
Right.
and the Silver Shores theme park. So County Road 35 will run into 464,
Okay.
which is out by the dump. The dump is further down.
Right.
But 464, in town, it's 17th Street, which turns into Mary Camp, I believe, at 36th Avenue.
Right.
Okay.
So it's kind of a little bit at the top of the hill.
So if we have somebody interested, the price is $10 per ticket. What do? They call you?
Yes, they call me, and I can either make arrangements once or twice a week. Alinda's going to meet them or her husband Chuck at the Moose, and he just sold, I believe, 12 tickets the other day at the Moose. He would meet them there. They would call and set up a time. Or they can call me, and if they're too far away and we can't connect, they can put it in the mail. The check would be to the Moose Lodge, $11.99, and include a self-stamped, addressed envelope, and then I will return the tickets.
Do you want to announce your phone number?
Sure.
Or is there a website or something?
No, I leave the computer to Colby. I got frustrated and fried out,
Okay.
burnt out. My number is 352-595-1909.
And you also said off the air that this is a very special event because the Moose Lodge is celebrating.
I didn't realize at the time. I did this originally because I wanted to perk up the Moose. It had kind of went flat. We came from West Palm where there was a theme at least once, if not twice a month. We did the Hawaiian show. We did the Roaring Twenties. And this one here, for some reason or other, they just kind of slowed down. So I was willing to do...
So the moose peck her down. You want to plump it up? What'd you say? Perk it up? Perk up the moose?
Larry? Yes.
Pump up the moose? What did you say? Perk it.
Perk it
Perk up the moose. Okay.
And I didn't realize until I was kind of looking through my calendar, and I'd kind of like to read you a couple things, if that's okay.
Yes.
On February 1st, 1913, Trustee John Lentz, a congressman from Ohio, he stood up and proposed that they name it one single name, Moose Heart. This will always be the place, Lentz said, where the Moose fraternity will collectively pour out its heart, its devotion, and substance to the children of its members in need. The vote was approved unanimously to name it Moose Heart. And then, to give them an idea what the school really stands for, In the early years, they did the vocational training, which included secretarial work, tailoring, commercial cooking, crop and livestock farming, which we all depend on, all of the building trades, mechanical drawing, sign painting, ornamental concrete, machine tools, and printing. The vocational program now includes automotive mechanics, commercial music, cosmetology, computer education, business education, family and consumer science, health, occupations, and co-ops. One other little tidbit, because I do hope everyone will come. This is a very special price. These days, it's just everybody's kind of doing it by the skin of their teeth because it's very difficult to put on the food and everything else and still have music for $10. If we do it again, it'll be $15.
Yeah.
And if there's only a small amount,
We'll have a tip jar there for this time. Something.
that would be good.
Yeah.
And we'll probably do a 50-50 so the moose will benefit from that.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
But if there's a handful that come last minute, it will be $15 at the door. But we
Okay.
don't encourage that because part of the problem is having enough food.
Right. That's right. Yeah.
But one other tidbit that I'd like to, what I realized without knowing this when we began, the Naval Junior ROTC program continues the strong tradition as they end Moose Heart's first 100 years.
Wow.
That's
So,
amazing.
That is pretty cool.
I thought that was pretty awesome.
Well, for those who are looking for more information on this, Elaine, the lady in the studio right now, the woman in the studio. I was told don't say lady. I don't know why.
Her name is
Legs in the studio. Elaine. Her number is 352-595-1909. The event is March 2nd, and it's only $10. You can't beat the deal, and you'll dance and maybe learn something new and just be entertained by Fred and Ginger, who also known as Colby and Elaine. And maybe next time Colby can get the chickens fed earlier and come in with you.
One last thing, they do need to call early because of the food. We have to cut the date off for tickets February 23rd.
Oh my goodness! Okay, so this is the first day of February, so you got to get busy if you want to do this. Put it on your calendar. March 2nd at the Silver Springs Moose Lodge, 1199. Elaine, thank you. You are as sweet as can be. Thank you for being in the studio.
Thank
with
you,
us.
Larry. Thank you, Robin.
Thank you,
for making
Elaine.
me feel comfortable as well.
We'll take a little break and we'll be right back.
Are you experiencing pain in your neck, head, or back? Have you been in a recent accident or injury? Get your questions answered by me, Dr. Riad.